So I recently posted a story, a question sticker on Instagram asking you guys to ask me anything about confidence, and your questions did not disappoint. But that kind of got me thinking about my own journey with confidence and how I got to a point where I am now a very confident person in almost any situation with almost any person. That wasn't always the case. So this journey actually starts back in middle school when I was in the 7th or the 8th standard. And there was this one particular incident that helped me realize that confidence is actually a skill that can be worked upon. Till my 5th standard, I had always studied in a co-educational school, which is where girls and boys go together. But then in the 6th standard, we moved to Delhi and I was made to go to a girls only convent school. At that point in time, I didn't think much about it. It was all cool. Till in the 8th standard, we had to shift to a better school here in Delhi itself, and that was co-educational. So going to the 8th standard was like a complete cultural shock, okay? I was going to a really fancy school for the first time in life. I was going to a co-educational school right when I started like my teens, so to speak. And the past 2 years, I had very little to no interaction with boys at all. And so when I started going there, my first day of school, I realized that I had completely forgotten how to interact with guys. And that was nerve-wracking on top of being in an environment which was a lot more free than a conventional convent education is. It was just cultural shock on top of cultural shock. And that kind of made me very anxious, very frantic for a majority of my first school year. I didn't speak to anybody about that, mostly because I was afraid of appearing underconfident. So I went online, I started reading about confidence, imagine, back in the 8th standard. And what I decided to do was experiment. So after about 2 months of dilly-dallying and trying to muster up the courage to talk to newer people, I decided that I will talk to a boy in my class every day, like any boy. It doesn't have to be the same person. Every single day for this entire school year, just to see where it gets me. And that was the best decision ever. By the end of the school year, I was back to being my old confident self. And I also realized that confidence is a muscle that can be worked upon. And that story brings me to my first tip to feeling confident, which is expanding your comfort zone. Put yourself in newer situations as much as possible. The more you exercise this muscle, the more your confidence builds, the more you realize that you can deal with newer situations just as easily. Work out and eat good. Feeling confident in your body is one of the best ways to boost your confidence overall. There is something to be said about feeling good in the inside that exudes on the outside, and it's not even about looking a certain way. Working out and eating good actually makes you feel better inside. It makes you feel happier, it makes you feel well, and that reflects on the outside and that boosts your confidence. Read more. You know how there's always this one person at a party or at your classroom in college who everybody can talk to? How can he talk to everybody about anything? The answer lies in reading and building more awareness about topics that interest you, topics that interest other people. The more well-read you are, the better conversations you can hold, and the more confident you can feel in yourself because you're always prepared, even for small talk. Smile more. It helps people feel more comfortable when they're around you. It also relaxes your body language, making you feel more comfortable with yourself. When you smile, it improves your interconnectability with other people. And when other people feel comfortable around you, that automatically boosts your confidence. Write down your feelings. Make it a point to write how you feel on a regular basis. Maybe journal it out, maybe type it out, whatever works for you. A lack of confidence often stems from a lack of clarity. Lack of clarity about how we are feeling, where we stand in the world, and how we appear to other people. But if you make it a habit to write down how you feel on a regular basis, it gives you a lot more mental clarity and helps you stay afoot with where you are in life, and thus helps you feel more confident. Wear something that makes you feel good and that makes you feel comfortable. As vain as this sounds, this is one of my favorite tips. Wear good underwear. I'm not sure if you've heard the quote that says wear good underwear, because you never know when you might get lucky or when you might go to the doctors. Or you might be in an accident. You don't want to be caught in an accident in bad underwear. But jokes aside, wearing good innerwear, lingerie, or any sort of innerwear is such a power move, because you know that you are the only person, you and probably your partner, that is going to see that. And spending on something that makes you feel empowered on the inside just is one of the most brilliant confidence boosters out there. Work on your posture. Standing straight, standing tall with your shoulders pulled back. Even when you're sitting, your posture makes such a big difference. Ensure that you smell good. Our sense of smell is one of the strongest things that is linked to our memory. And when you put on a fragrance that has made you feel good at one particular point in life, it instantly boosts your mood and makes you feel more confident. Get your nails done. Or for guys, get manicures and pedicures done more often. Dressing up nicely is one part of it, but ensuring that your appearance is cohesive, like you look well done from top to bottom, is a major confidence booster. Click mirror selfies before you step out for the day. This helps you feel better about what you're wearing. Second, it helps you work on your posture, so that boosts your confidence. And when you click pictures of yourself, you are telling your brain that, hey, this is a picture-worthy moment. And that feeling carries with you throughout the day. Practice getting better at small talk. I used to hate small talk because I'm the kind of person that values genuine connection, and I still do. Like, it doesn't mean that I will not have a good conversation with people. But getting better at small talk is such an important part of having and building up to good conversations, because you cannot just go and deep dive into a psychological topic right off the bat with somebody that you're meeting for the first time. Besides that, you will often find yourself in situations in life where you have to do small talk. So the more you practice doing it, the better you get at it, and the better you can hold yourself through conversations, and that boosts confidence like nothing else. Knowing that you can navigate through any conversation, through any situation without fumbling, without faltering, is a very empowering feeling. Practice letting go. Now, a lot of lack of confidence is often associated with other negative emotions such as anger and guilt and shame. And a lot of these come because we're not able to let the little things go. If somebody said something, if you said something, let it go, move on, and that will actually help you build that muscle that boosts confidence. Do your best to be prepared for situations that call for it. Being better prepared in any situation is a confidence booster. Think about when you go to a meeting, and if you've not prepared anything. On the other hand, if you're well prepared, you will go in there, you know what you're going to talk about, and that will definitely make you feel more confident than the former scenario. And even if it's not a meeting, no matter what situation you are going to face, if this is something that you can prepare for, do it. Try and be more helpful to people. When you go through life focusing on helping other people, you actually beat the spotlight effect, which is this feeling that everybody's watching you all the time. When you go with the intention that you want to help somebody else, it takes away a lot of the pressure and the focus that you put on yourself. And that is a very liberating feeling, and that liberation actually boosts your confidence because it makes you feel more comfortable in your life, in your surroundings, and it also helps make other people feel confident around you. Play your favorite music whenever you're feeling low. Like your sense of smell, your sense of hearing is also a very powerful memory enhancer. So if you listen to songs that you felt good about in the past, it will instantly put you back in that zone and boost your confidence in the quick run. Become okay with being vulnerable. Often we go through life not wanting people to see the parts that we are ashamed of. But once we start embracing them and embracing that vulnerability, and once we start practicing showing those to other people, they are not a source of shame anymore. And that is super empowering. Own your achievements. I'm actually guilty of not doing this. I'm guilty of brushing off my achievements so that I feel more humble, so that I'm able to accept it better. But that's not the best move for your self-confidence. If you've done something good, own it. You deserve it. Accept compliments, say thank you, and move on to the next big thing. Make time for yourself. The more time that you spend with yourself, with your own thoughts, with understanding yourself, the better you become at knowing what you want out of life. And when you have more clarity, you have more confidence. Spend more time with people who make you better, people who uplift you both mentally and physically, and practice having more difficult conversations. Often we shy away from difficult conversations because they make us feel uncomfortable, and when we are uncomfortable with something, we don't feel as confident about it. But the more you practice being uncomfortable, the more comfortable you get with being uncomfortable, and that kind of boosts your confidence because you know you can take up any situation that is thrown at you. So those were my 2021 tips on how to boost confidence. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do check out the other Q&A on Instagram. And I will see you guys next time with another one. Bye.